Why do we offer food that we cook to God? Yajnasishta shinas santo muccante sarvakilbishaihi bhunjate te tvagam papa epachantyatma karanat. A very profound declaration by Bhagavan Sri Krishna in the Gita. Every karma, every action that is performed by design has a consequence. By performing actions, one by design accumulates either punya karma or papa karma. So action, karma by design is binding in nature. The question therefore is, how can one perform an action that is liberating in nature? How can the same action that is performed, instead of binding one to the cycle of karma, can liberate? The Gita gives us the answer. When karma is transformed into kainkarya, the same karma becomes liberating in nature. Yajnasishta sinas santo muccante sarvakilbishaihi bhunjate te tvagam papa epachantyatma karanat. Krishna says, when one sustains one's physical body by food that is offered to him, offered to Bhagavan, the food which is remnant of a yajna, worship to Bhagavan, then one does not accumulate papa. One does not accumulate papa karma. Bhunjate te tvagam papa epachantyatma karanat. On the other hand, one who eats food without offering it to Bhagavan, Krishna says, he only eats papa. He accumulates papa karma. Atma karanat. Eating food purely for the sake of pleasure, bodily pleasure, purely for the sake of physical nourishment, results in accumulation of papa. When the same food is offered to Krishna, it purifies our heart and mind. Then one starts to look upon one's own physical body as a gift bestowed by Krishna to us for only for one purpose, to serve him. And therefore, food then becomes a means to nourish the instrument that has been bestowed to us by Krishna in order to serve him. When we offer food that we cook to God, outwardly the food remains the same. Nothing seemed to change. But really, it's the food that is offered to God actually transforms. What is cooked with bhakti gets infused with kripa. What is offered with gratitude gets infused with His grace. And thus, the same food, the same ordinary food, becomes an extraordinary purifier. Our Shastras say we should look at food not just as a means for nourishment. Food is a means for purification and transformation. And the first stage of this magical transformation is the process of making an offering. When we love someone, when we start to build a relationship with someone, we all know it is a good practice to offer something with love. Same is the case in Bhakti Yoga. Offering food to Krishna with bhakti, with love, is the process of connecting with him. And Krishna, the Supreme Being, the Paramatma, is also the repository of infinite love and compassion. And he takes delight in reciprocating love. And he accepts any food that is given to him with love. Patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktubhakritam ashnami prayatatmanaha, Krishna says in the Gita. Anything that is offered, patram, pushpam, palam, toyam, a leaf, a fruit, even water, that is offered to him, as long as the offering, the food, is infused with bhakti, infused with gratitude, infused with shraddha, Krishna takes great delight in accepting that offering. So the first stage is transformation is the process of connecting with Krishna. And the next stage of transformation is realizing that in bhakti, we not just make an offering, we become the offering. We are the offering. The Vedas declare, ahamannam, 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 ahamannado, hamannadaha, ahamannam, ahamannam, ahamannam. I am the food, I am the food, I am the food, they declare. I am the food in the form of loving devotional service to Krishna. I am the food. I offer myself, my body, my mind, my intellect, my very self to Krishna. I am the food. Ahamannam, ahamannam, ahamannam. Ahamannado, hamannado, hamannadaha. I am also the enjoyer. I enjoy the infinite love of Krishna. I enjoy his grace. Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu.